Gerber Products Incorporated, the well-known baby products company, recently used decision tree analysis in deciding whether to continue using the plastic known as polyvinyl chloride or more commonly PVC. The situation involved a number of organizations including the environmental group Greenpeace, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, the toy and plastic industries, and the general public. PVC is a composite plastic material used in numerous household, commercial, and medical products including food storage containers, toys, and medical tubing. To make PVC soft and pliable, a chemical plasticizer known as phthalates is added to soften the plastic. In the latter half of 1998, Greenpeace announced that it had to conduct scientific testing on phthalates and found them to be carcinogenic in the lab rats. Further, Greenpeace claimed that the chemical leaches from the plastic over time and voiced particular concern with products that were aimed at small children and used to suck on or chew on. Although phthalates have been used in plastic for over 30 years and there are no known cases of phthalates causing health problems, Greenpeace's press release was strategically timed to coincide with the Christmas toy season, thereby guaranteeing maximum media coverage. As expected, it was immediately picked up by the television networks and, in fact, the ABC show 2020 did an entire segment on the possible health risks of phthalates. The problem grew worse for Gerber when the media focused specifically on products made for oral use by children. Gerber, the largest producer of nipples, pacifiers, and feeding products in the U.S., produced some 75 different products containing phthalates and was under considerable pressure to respond publicly to the investigation. Gerber management had to evaluate all the current information, weigh the consequences of each action, and proceed on the most prudent course to ensure as limited an interruption in business as possible. Gerber knew that a vast body of scientific evidence indicates that phthalates are completely safe. However, once the Greenpeace announcement was publicized, the Consumer Product Safety Commission was spurred to issue a press release expressing new doubts. As the focus gradually fell on items children put in their mouths and large toy manufacturers like Mattel and Disney began to distance themselves from phthalates, the spotlight of the CPSC fell squarely on Gerber. A month before Christmas, the CPSC informed Gerber they would use a press release advising parents of the potential dangers of phthalates, and Gerber would be named as one of the companies involved. This is the point at which Gerber implemented a decision tree. Gerber basically faced two choices, neither of which was particularly beneficial. The firm could be reactive, wait for the announcement and gauge consumer response before deciding on a course of action, or it could be proactive and aggressively pursue resolution of the problem regardless of the public's response to the report. The CSPC report suggested the agency would either issue a recall of all products containing phthalates or they would issue a report merely expressing concern, in which case the public response would be minimal. Gerber projected 8 possible outcomes on its decision tree. If the firm reacted proactively by discontinuing use of all phthalates and the CSPC report simply issued a warning, Gerber predicted an 80% chance that the public would react favorably to Gerber's responsiveness, causing sales to increase over competitors who reacted more slowly. A potential nationwide revenue increase of $1 million was entered into the decision tree. Given a proactive response and a favorable CSPC report, Gerber also recorded a 20% chance that sales would decline by $1 million due to the sensationalistic nature of the press coverage. If the CSPC report is a negative and a recall is issued, Gerber predicted 25% likelihood that it could preserve current sales through a proactive response. On the other hand, the firm places 75% probability that a recall would hurt sales by $1.25 million. 4 more alternatives were predicted in the event that Gerber waited for the CSPC report before taking action. With a favorable report and a delayed response, there was thought to be a 25% chance that sales would remain flat, along with a 75% chance that sales would decline by $2 million. The worst case scenario is if Gerber remains passive and the CSPC report calls for a recall. In that case, Gerber optimistically predicted a 20% probability that it could still increase sales by taking advantage of companies who were less prepared for the report and actually gain approximately $5 million. However, it was considered an 80% probability that significant volume would be lost. Using a decision tree, Gerber concluded that its best option was to be proactive and initiate its own solution without waiting for the CPSC report. Then, Gerber hoped for a favorable report that would provide a strategic advantage over competitors who opted for a different path. This tree calculates the potential economic impact on Gerber based on the outcome of the CPSC investigation and whether Gerber takes a proactive or reactive approach. Outcomes are based on estimates of the gain or loss for each outcome and the anticipated likelihood that each scenario will occur. The most positive outcome, shown on the uppermost branch, results from a proactive approach to the issue by Gerber and a favorable report on the phthalates by the Consumer Products Safety Commission.